Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Lauren if you're new here. If you're not new, I'm out of breath because I'm so grateful you're here. This is Napoleon. We call him Fluffy. If you hear a cat yelling in the background of any of my videos, it's probably him. He's a talker and I love him. He doesn't really like being held, so we're gonna put him down. He's not a big YouTube fan. He doesn't want to be a star. He knows he has that star quality, but it's just not for him. So bye, Fluffy. So today I was tagged in this tag. So Andy Gardner is an excellent creator out there and she tagged me in this, and it's the Not Your Basic Booty Guru tag. And I love these kind of videos because I feel like it really gives a lot of insight into who I am as a creator and a person. And they're just fun to do. It's fun to answer makeup related questions. Andy did a great job actually putting her makeup on camera while she answered these questions. There's 19. It's gonna be a long video. But I already did my makeup and I just wanted to sit back and talk and relax and drink my Starbucks drink that I think is pretty empty at this point, but matches my outfit quite well. And just talk about who I am as a creator, answer these questions, and maybe you'll get to know me a little bit better through this tag. So let's just jump into it, because again, there's 19 questions. It's a little bit of a longer tag, and I freaking love these videos, so let's get into it. So I have my notebook full of the questions. The first question is, people tend to think beauty YouTubers are experts or should be at doing makeup. Of course, that's not always true. What's one thing you struggle with doing? Great question. And the thing is, I'm definitely not an expert. I just love makeup. I guess you would call me a makeup enthusiast. And I've never been one to be like, oh, I'm so good at doing my makeup. I think I do a good job most of the time, but I'm not perfect in a lot of ways. And one thing that I struggle with is lipstick application. And part of the reason I struggle so much with this is because I tend to have just very dry lips, and it doesn't matter how much water I drink, doesn't matter what kind of lip mask I put on my lips, it has to be lanolin. It's the only thing that works. But they're always very dry and I always have lines around my lips. I'm in my mid-30s now. I think that's pretty natural. But I have issues with lipstick bleeding around the edges of my lips, and I've always struggled with that and I always want to do better. So whenever I do kind of like a lipstick try on, I'm always a little self-conscious because I'm like, I know the application is not perfect. I'm getting better. I will continue to get better, but it's just one thing that I am a little self-conscious about and want to continue working on and getting better. Okay, question 2. On that note, are there any makeup techniques that you want to improve on or learn how to do? Yes, always. I feel like that's one of the beautiful things about makeup. It's always changing and growing and sorry, Fluffy. You can learn so much from other creators, and one thing that I'm really interested in doing is a little outside the normal realm of makeup, I would say, but that's FX looks. So, you know, like turning into a zombie or a vampire, or learning how to do like a giant wound on your face and making that realistic. There's so many amazing FX artists out there that I follow, and they really shine during Halloween. They really bring it all during Halloween. But even on your regular day-to-day basis, the content they put out, they just do these such cool looks where they transform into this other being, you know? So I would love to really, I think I would really like to take a makeup class on FX looks and learning how to do that, because I could get the stuff, but I wouldn't know how to use it. So that's one thing that I want to learn. Okay, question number 3. Are there any makeup looks, trends, or techniques that you refuse to do or follow yourself? Okay, Andy, I'm not copying you, I swear, but as soon as you said this question, the first answer I had is the same answer you had, and that's the blush striping over the nose. So some people take their blush from end to end and they just do it straight across and it looks so good on them. And I have tried doing that before and I looked ill. I looked terrible. So I won't be attempting that again. I've tried it a couple times and it just hasn't worked for me, you know? And I think maybe if you are doing more of an editorial look or an editorial shoot, it works for something like that, but in an every day-to-day wear, it's no, not for me, not for me. Okay, question number 4. Are there any makeup trends or styles that you used to dislike, but now love, or vice versa? Used to love, but don't care for. So I think for me, I'm getting more and more into using lipstick. And because I have dry lips, I used to despise matte lipstick because the formulas were always drying and it gave me mummy lips. It was not great. It wasn't great. So I really used to love more of a satin shine to my lipsticks. And that has completely changed. I am obsessed with matte lipsticks now. I feel like there's so many great formulas out there that don't over dry your lips. And I have found a few, like Dior makes a fantastic one. But they look so good. And now I only like wearing matte. This is lip gloss, this isn't lipstick. But I prefer a matte lipstick, which I'm telling you, a couple years ago, I would have been like, who are you? Like, no. So that's been a big change for me. Number 5, are there any makeup or beauty trends that most people hate, but you secretly like? This was a little bit of a stumper because I couldn't really think of a hated beauty trend. And then I thought faux freckles. I think they're adorable. Now, I personally don't do them very often. I'm still working on that technique and learning how to do them, but I think they're so cute on other people. I love freckles, and it always kind of bums me out when you see a beauty creator with all these natural gorgeous freckles and they cover it all up. And it's like, don't do that. It looks so good. But, you know, sometimes when they put on faux freckles, even though they have real freckles. Either way, I think faux freckles is kind of a cute trend. Again, not necessarily one that I do a lot, but I do really like it. I like seeing that on people. 6, are there any makeup rules or stereotypes that bother you? This was another one that stumped me a little bit because I couldn't think of any actual makeup rules. I'm like, do people have makeup rules? I'm sure they're out there. I'm sure you're gonna have people saying, you can't do that. Like, that's not allowed. So I guess that just means my answer would be the fact that there are even makeup rules and stereotypes. That's what bothers me. But I honestly couldn't think of a specific one. And maybe that's because I'm coming out of a 3-hour nap. I'm so tired today. I don't know if I'm getting sick or something, but yeah, 3-hour nap. So my brain is probably not functioning at its full capacity. I'm still waking up a little bit. It's nighttime outside. I clearly need to wake up. But yeah, it's so weird that there would be like makeup rules, you know? There are makeup techniques, which is, I think, something completely different than a makeup rule. Like, why would you need to follow a rule? Makeup is for fun, you know? There shouldn't be rules. Question number 7. What old news makeup product do you still love and use on the regular? This is easy because it's Bobbi Brown Face Base, okay? It is a fantastic moisturizer, and I use it as a primer, and I have super dry skin. And this stuff is just magic. I love it. It works with any foundation. It's a classic. I've actually used up an entire jar of it before, and I never use up products because I have too many. It's just a fantastic product. So yeah, Bobbi Brown Face Base Moisturizer. It's an oldie but a goodie. Number 8. It's possible there may be a specific YouTuber or several that inspired you to make a YouTube channel, but let's talk about what YouTubers inspired you not to do. Great question. And I think my answer is betraying your audience's trust. And I think this is a very prevalent conversation lately because with Lashgate going on, you see all these YouTubers and TikTokers who are putting out sponsored ads, not telling people they're sponsored, telling people they love this product, and possibly not being very truthful about it. And I think when there is sponsored content that hasn't been marked as sponsored, I immediately go, I don't trust you. Why wouldn't you just mark it as sponsored? If you love it so much, why does it matter? And I think it matters because they probably don't love it that much. They just want the money. And that really bothers me. And this is something I do as a hobby. And I can see how it would be so tempting as you grow and become a massive TikToker, YouTuber, or whatever, that you would want more sponsored content to, you know, supplement your income. But when you betray your audience's trust, how do you get that back? I don't know if you can. I mean, seeing what's been going on with, say, like Michaela, for example, I don't know if that really will affect her bottom line. She's still getting massive views. She's still putting out content. She's never apologized for Lashgate. She's never spoken about it, which may be because of her contract with Maybelline, but I don't know. But I don't trust her. Like, I don't watch her content. I never really did. I like long form content, and she makes, you know, shorts, but I'm just like, why? You had a massive audience. You don't need to lie about it. You can get sponsorships from any makeup brand. Just be honest about it. So yeah. Okay, question number 9. What beauty content do you love creating the most? I really like creating long form content. I feel like that's where I can best get all my ideas out, and I can like actually like talk to you guys a little bit more. So I really like doing palette reviews and even full collection reviews. Done a ton with ColourPop. ColourPop is coming out with a collection every other week, and I don't do every single collection, but a lot of the times if it's a collection that grabs my attention, I will pick up quite a few of the products from that collection. And I love doing in-depth reviews like that. I like talking through my thoughts, talking about the products, and yeah, palette reviews specifically. I love doing battle of the palettes, so 2 palettes with a similar theme, 1 on each eye. I've only done a handful of those, but they're so much fun. I'm gonna go check on Sir Fluffins to make sure he's okay. Okay, he's fine. He's just yelling at a wall. And by palette reviews, I really love doing indie palette reviews. I love indie brands, smaller brands. I just feel like they put out some amazing things. Now he's a part of this, whether he wants to be or not. It's driving me crazy. Okay, question number 10. Whew. Had to chase him around the hallway for a little bit. Is there any content you create based on audience requests or interests that you don't actually like or prefer not to create? Oh, he's mad. No, I don't create content that I don't like making. And, you know, I'm a small channel, very, very tiny. So it's a hobby for me. So why would I create stuff that I don't like? You know, if this was my full-time job, my income depended on this, I think my answer would be a little bit different. I do. I think I would take audience requests more to heart, and I would actually put out more content based on what the audience is asking for. And that may actually align with what I like doing anyways, but I'm a very small channel, so I kind of can do whatever I want because that's what I want to do. Again, it's a hobby. Why would I do something that I don't enjoy doing, you know? I have now added cough drop to the mix. I think that's gonna help. Okay, question number 11. How often do you film? Well, the answer is when I can. I don't have a set schedule. I wish I did. I have a calendar with all the videos that I want to film for that week, and I try to film a couple times a week, and I definitely do batch film. So I try to film, you know, a long form video and maybe a couple shorts in a day, and then have that for the week, and then maybe another day during the week film another long form and another short or 2. That's kind of all I have time for these days. My schedule's pretty hectic. Again, I think this answer would change if my income was dependent on this job. If this was my full-time job, if this was a job. But it's not. It's just a hobby for right now. So while I would love to do this full-time, I don't make anything off of my channel as of right now. So it's just for fun. So I film when I can. That actually leads into the next question, question number 12. Do you have a job outside of YouTube? I do. I actually started this channel earlier last year because I was laid off and I didn't have a job. I was like, I have been wanting to do YouTube for so long. I'd picked up a ring light a couple years ago during one of Amazon's Black Friday deals. I had never pulled it out. I'd never used it. And I was like, look, I wasn't working. This was the perfect time to start my channel and figure out what I wanted to do with it. But now I do have a full-time job where I am working 50 to 60 hours a week. So it makes it a lot harder to focus on my hobbies because sometimes I'm so tired. I don't want to do anything. I just want to veg out in front of the TV and watch a bunch of British murder mysteries. Those are my favorite. And I'm currently actually in accounting. So it's pretty crazy during certain times of the month. I try to warn my friends, if you try to reach out to me at the end of the month, that's when we close our books, I'm not going to respond. Unless it's an emergency, I will probably read your text and not respond because I'm working so much. And yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Again, I would love to do YouTube full-time. I love YouTube, but I also know there's a lot of different components to being a creator and being a successful creator. You need to really put yourself out there. And I don't know if that's ever something I'd be fully comfortable with. Posting a lot on TikTok, posting a lot on Instagram. I've talked a lot about how I do have an Instagram channel, which I'll link down below if you want to check it out. But the comments on there tend to be like very vitriolic. Like people are just mean. And that's why I like YouTube. It's kind of my safe, happy space. I've met so many great people on YouTube. So I do have a job. That's why I don't film as much as I would like to. Question 13. What beauty concept do you enjoy consuming or watching the most? Declutters. Hands down, declutters. I love watching really long declutter videos. Give me all of the declutter videos. And when the creator really goes into why they like a palette, why they don't like a palette, or blush, or bronzer, or foundation, it's like a whole review. I love it. Those are my favorite. That's actually what kind of sparked my interest in starting my own YouTube channel. I had a massive, I still do, eyeshadow palette collection, and I was like, I would love to do a declutter and film this. So I really got into YouTube because of declutters. So yeah. Question 14. Any non-makeup channels that you love? Yes, lots of those. I love book reviews. I love just hearing other people's opinions on books. Even if I haven't read the book, sometimes it's just fun listening to someone talk about their feelings on books. I actually majored in English. How I ended up in accounting, I still don't know. But I love reading. I love hearing other people's opinions. And I love even reading the comments because it's great seeing people feel comfortable expressing their opinion, even if it's different than the creator's opinion, and having like an actual conversation about their opinions on something, you know? And it's just, I don't know, I like book content. I also love anti-scam channels. I think the biggest one I watch is CoffeeZilla. He's done so many great exposés on like Bitcoin frauds and like, my brain has just stopped working, but scammy things that influencers have come out with and just scams in general. CoffeeZilla is fantastic. I also watch a lot of Cece Suarez. She does anti-MLM content. I consume quite a bit of anti-MLM content as well. That's just been really fascinating to see the way that MLMs get people into their company, get them to work for them and without paying them. Like it's fascinating. I've been thinking a lot about doing a video on anti-MLM content because it's just so wrong that people get caught up into something like an MLM scam. They're kind of sold this idea that it's going to give them time freedom. They're going to make all this money. And they don't realize that they're not. There's no time freedom. You have to be online constantly. You're not making money. And companies are getting away with this. They don't pay you. Like the way that they pay you is based on people that you recruit, not based on your sales. You don't make a base salary. Like, why would you want to spend all your time for a company that does not pay you a base salary. I don't know. I get really into it, if you can tell. So yes, that is non-makeup stuff that I like to watch. Question 15. Are there any misconceptions because of YouTube or Instagram that you wish people knew about or hope to change with your channel? Yes. I don't know how to phrase this, but I think for me, it's okay to put out a video where my look is not perfect, where it's not my favorite, it didn't turn out great. Not every look needs to be perfect. And I feel like even with a lot of the YouTubers I watch, I never see them do a bad look. And I'm just like, I know you experiment with makeup. There has to be stuff that you're putting out there, creating that, you know, you tried on and you didn't like. And I just feel like it's a little more authentic when you put out the bad videos too. So I put out, there's one in particular, and it was a ColourPop review, and it was the Mad About Hue palette. I hated the look. I hated what I came out with. I was like, this is, what I did on my face was garbage. And I debated not posting it, but I'm like, look, this is a first impression. Didn't work out. Doesn't mean it won't work out in the future. First impression just wasn't positive. I still don't like that palette though. So I think it's just like bringing a level of authenticity to my channel. I really want to be honest with my viewers that not everything turns out perfect. Not every look is going to be amazing. And as someone that loves makeup, I want to try new techniques, try new looks, and they're not always going to turn out, and I want you to be here for that journey. Question 16. Have you ever felt unqualified or a bad YouTuber because you don't do things like every other beauty guru? Again, I think that is kind of related to the previous question. At least my answer is. Putting out videos where it's just, the look is not great, you know, like being honest about it. I just feel like as soon as a YouTuber hits like a certain amount of subscribers, they lose a little bit of authenticity. So yeah. 17. If you could collab with a brand, who would it be and what would you create? Oh my God. Hands down, Give Me Glow. Give Me Glow Cosmetics is one of my favorite indie companies. I talk about them all the time. And I would love to do a palette with them. Their eyeshadows are fantastic. I would love to do a palette collab with them and do something like sci-fi themed or book themed. Sci-fi book. I don't know, something either sci-fi or like one of my favorite books. I don't know what book. I'd have to think about that. But I read a lot of sci-fi. I read a lot of fantasy. So something attached to one of the books that I love. I also like a lot of mystery books. So like it'd be kind of fun to do Agatha Christie, but that wouldn't be as exciting. No, I'd have to think about exactly what. But I love Give Me Glow's eyeshadow. It'd be fun to throw in some highlighters in the mix. Some sci-fi themed highlighters. Yeah, they just, I love them so much. They have a fantastic eyeshadow formula. Their highlighter formula is also great. They're just fun. I'm always happy with whatever I get from them. So I would love to collab with them one day. Question 18. Would you rather collab with a brand or create your own makeup beauty line? I think it would really depend on my situation in life at that moment. Like if I was doing YouTube full time, this is my only job, having control over my own brand would be really fun. But I also recognize that the industry is so oversaturated right now. So it would make much more sense to already work with an established brand. So again, Give Me Glow, call me. Or a brand like ColourPop, which is pretty mainstream. Like a brand that I respect and trust and has already the processes in place to put out this makeup. I would just be kind of creative control. I think that would probably just make more sense in this industry right now. Putting out my own brand, I can see it just disappearing into the black hole of beauty brands these days. So definitely starting off with an already established brand, and then maybe one day if I have the resources, coming out with my own line. But realistically, I don't know if I would want to contribute to the already oversaturated market. But yeah. Okay, last question. That wasn't as long as I thought it would be. Fluffy interrupted quite a bit though. I'm sorry about him. He's very noisy. But question number 19. Name 3 content creators that you think deserve more recognition. Well, Andy Gardner, because she tagged me in this, and I just love her overall attitude. I also love that she likes a little of, you know, the horror stuff, because I also love horror, and I love hearing about that in tandem with makeup, and she just has a great personality. So all these creators are going to be tagged down below too if you want to check them out. A couple other creators that I really love. Beauty and the Beaker. She's a fantastic creator who does a lot of scientific experiments on her makeup to test what's in them. She also has the best TJ Maxx's around her and finds the best makeup. I don't know how. My TJ Maxx is terrible. There's nothing good in there. No Pat McGrath. Honeybunny things. She's such a sweetheart. I do have to say, I do talk to Beauty and the Beaker and Honeybunny offline. So these are kind of my YouTube friends. But I respect them a lot as creators. Honeybunny, she's such a sweetie. Lily, she does a lot of drugstore makeup, and I've like actually gotten some great recommendations from her. She's used some fantastic e.l.f. products that I've picked up that I love. So definitely check her out. I just recently discovered ColeoftheBall. She's a UK creator, and she's got a fantastic intro. I was just watching her the other day, and I'm like, oh man, I need to like step up my intro game. But again, I just vibe with her attitude. I really like her quite a bit. And I love a good UK accent, I'm not gonna lie. So fantastic. And Kendra Morgan Official. I think she's a great creator as well. She has, again, like these are creators that I really like their attitude. So she's a little more spicy, and I love it. And she's very honest with how she views things, like her opinions on makeup. And I really respect that honesty. So all those creators will be tagged below if you want to check them out. And I'm also challenging them to do this tag as well. So my voice is now officially going. The cough drop did not help. But I hope you learned a little bit about me and my makeup preferences from this video. Again, shout out to Andy for tagging me in this. I love tag videos. They're so much fun to do. Also, shout out to a Gape Love Girl. I think that's who Andy said created this tag. So I'm also going to include her down below. I haven't checked out her video yet because I wanted to film this without getting too many, you know, opinions from other creators. Because I was watching Andy's and I'm like, oh God, I feel the same way about so many things. I need to stop watching. But these are all fantastic creators tagged below. So please feel free to check them out. They're all smaller creators, and give them some love. If you want to see more content like this, please let me know. Either way, I'm going to do more tag videos because I love them. And I love talking about myself, I guess. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're having a fantastic day or night or wherever you are. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye!